Hi everyone, I am back with another video at Assetto Corsa Competizione again, and it's another week, which means it's another big grid video. Silverstone today, 90-minute race, so an hour and a half and a mandatory pit stop, and basically there's no real rules in it. You don't necessarily have to change tyres, add fuel, etc. It's literally just a mandatory stop. The Aston Martin, which is what I'm driving, cannot do a full 90 minutes really on a full tank. So for me, it involves having to refuel at some point in the race, which normally is around halfway as we get going onto lap one and the start of this 90-minute race. So it's going to be quite tough. This circuit generally is very tough on the arms because apart from the hanger straight, it's corners like this where it's just like the left right, and it's just quite taxing really. You certainly build up the old sweat, but we qualified 13th or 14th I think it was, so out of, well, it's meant to be a grid of 50. I don't know if we quite hit 50, but certainly I was quite surprised by my pace compared with some other circuits. But I quite enjoy driving Silverstone around here, certainly with the Aston Martin as well, so quite looking forward to how this race turned out. As you can see, there's a few cars going hitting each other, slowly making up the places there, but we're still staying competitive, so that's the main thing. Bottom right hand corner you can see the TV camera view of my driving. So hopefully if you're watching this on a big TV screen you can see that, otherwise it's a little tiny dot on your mobile phone, which is not necessarily good. But yeah, we're being followed by the Bentley, which is behind us, and that's by Kieran. So this is lap one. Now what I probably should tell you now is way ahead in the distance in first is an Aston Martin. And I don't want to dwell too much on this because it potentially gives lots of ammunition to people, but he is cheating. You probably might be thinking, well, how does someone cheat? Are they like cutting corners, that type of thing? There is a bug on ACC which basically allows you to drive, you've got a lot more power. You can corner quicker, and this guy pretty much qualified just under a second quicker than anyone else. Oh, the Bentley took me a bit by surprise there, and I think he went in a bit deep, to be fair, and that really lost me a bit of time there. And you can see we've also got another Aston Martin of Satorni, who was trying to he cut the corner and he's now alongside me, so actually realistically maybe he should have given me that place back. So we're dropped down to 12th now, so we did make a few places at the start, but we're now sort of starting to going backwards a bit. But I'm gonna have a quick look at, that was a bit of a look there, but probably he should have really given me my place back. He did cut the corner onto the hanger straight there, but we'll let him off. It's an hour and 26 minutes to go, nearly 10 minutes on, and we've got Zabia ahead of us in an Aston Martin. He plays quite a fundamental part in this race. I spend a lot of time with him, and you'll see that we just literally, we're just fighting each other throughout the race. I didn't really want to bore you guys with a huge amount of driving, but we remained pretty close throughout the race, and it was pretty fair as well. Zotorni, as you can see, has dropped back down to 14th, and we've got a Trophy behind us in another Aston Martin, but a second behind us, so we'll see how we get on. But yeah, so just going back, there's an Aston Martin at the front, and he there's some sort of cheat in the game which allows him to be nearly a second quicker. Come the end of the race, despite my best efforts, he nearly laps me in a 90-minute race. Now, that means he's pretty much he's just kicking arse basically, and yeah, it's quite unfair. There's something in the game which allows him to have a lot faster car, but we won't go into that too much. So you can see I'm all over Zabia, trying to get past him, trying to work out where I'm strongest, where he's weakest. We are quite evenly matched, so different sectors, he might be quicker or vice versa. But yeah, so we move on to nearly half an hour down, and we've got Zabia, who is starting to pull away. So I'd imagine what he was doing is he was doing maybe a bit of fuel saving, hence why I was able to be right up behind him. But through goes a Trophy in the other Aston Martin, the V12. Left the door open. I'm not going to fight these people, we've got an hour to go, but unfortunately I left the door open, and through goes we'll call him Race in the Bentley, and yeah, that was a bit unfortunate, but these people are very quick. Now, as I say, I'm not here to hold people up, so to speak. If they're a lot quicker than me, then so be it. But you can see now a Trophy in the Aston Martin ahead of us. He's now been passed by the Bentley, and we've got Hosseini behind us in a McLaren. I'm hugging the inside, but he's managed just to keep through, so I think he's just, there he is, he's just going to sneak through. Unfortunately, we're down now to 13th, so the quicker guys who may have started towards the back are they now starting to basically work their way through. But we've still got, I'd say, a Trophy still in our sights. But again, we're just not really sure where people are reducing their engine power a bit to conserve fuel. A Trophy, as I say, we're back again now, 56 minutes to go, and I'm all over the rear end of him. He's obviously decided that the V12 is what he needs. We're going to go down the inside. No, we don't quite do it. He does run a bit wide, so are we gonna? We've got. Oh no! I'm just having to slightly back out there. Again, thinking about the safety rating. Don't really want to get involved too much, and also don't really want to end up taking him out as well as me. Let's just keep these things going, keep it safe, and we'll see how we do. So he's gone a bit deeper. Has he gone deep? Oh, he's not too bad, but at this stage in the race, you can certainly see that probably I'm a bit quicker. It also means that Zortini in the Aston Martin is now back on our case, so that's not so good. So we're now a lap further on, and we're going to pass him quite easily down the straight. There was really very little effort there, and we're through. So I wonder if he was fuel saving a bit, hence why his engine power was down. But we're past him, we're back up to 11th. And that's also because we're going to start seeing some pit stops. Well, you won't see them, but people are starting to pit quite early actually. You can see that on the HUD on the left, I'm trying to drive, but at the same time I'm thinking about my fuel load, trying to think, well, how much more have I got to add, trying to make sure that I don't end up either overfilling or underfilling, because with ACC, you do your calculations, you work out, for example, that you've got sort of 70-80 litres of fuel that you need, but you actually don't go through that. The car seems to perform a lot better and a lot more fuel efficient, so it sort of mucks up your strategy a bit, because then you're having to think, what you're going to have to not put as much fuel in, and your brain's trying to drive at full speed, but at the same time trying to calculate how much fuel you need. So, and you can only also do that really on the hanger straight, because it's the best time that you can look to the left and work out what fuel you need. So we're up to third, as you can see, and that's purely based on the fact that I'm going for a longer stint. The tyres haven't gone off, so things are looking quite good at the moment, but I just don't know where that's going to bring me out. But I wasn't really, when you look at the lap times, I wasn't really losing that much time. So tyres looking good, temperature's looking good, and everything's not too bad. So 37 minutes to go, and I decide that actually now's the time to get this pit stop done. There's about 5 laps of fuel left, but might as well get it out of the way so we can have a sort of a quicker, faster stint at the end with some fresher tyres. So when we go, we're also going to put on some fuel as well. Don't need to replace any suspension or bodywork, which is handy. So for once, on these big grid videos that I do, I don't have to do any repairs. No one has hit me, no one has taken me out, and things are not looking too bad. So we pit in third, 30-second pit stop, and we're going to have a look to see what position we're going to come out in. So it's saying 10th. Gillies in the McLaren has shot up behind us, so we're gonna see what he can do as we come onto the hanger straight, but unfortunately tyres are a bit cold, so got to build those back up. So he is gonna ultimately have the legs on us as we go down the hanger straight. He's certainly got a bit more speed, looks to the right again, not really going to fight him too much, give him the room, but you can see he bashes me, and actually he's done that under yellow flags, so that wasn't particularly helpful either. Zottoni has gone through as well in the Aston Martin, and there goes Toivonen in a Bentley, who's also pushed me wide. So things starting to get a bit rough, unfortunately for my liking. And they're now through, so we lost 3 places in the space of 3 corners, which is not great. I'm hoping that maybe that lot might come back to me a bit later on when the tyre temperatures build up. So that ahead is Gilly in the McLaren running wide. So we're going to scoop down the inside, see if we take that. He's left. Where is he? There he is. So actually he's lost out big time to that, and we're now through. He's dropping back as well, so I think we're going to be through and past him without any issues. Toivonen as well is slowly coming back into me as well. Whether or not he's been held up by Zottoni, that could prove interesting. So we've been going for nearly an hour now, and you can see the tyre temperature is not too bad. The lap times are, well, they're on par. They're pretty much every lap is pretty consistent. So Tony's definitely holding up Toivonen in the Bentley. We're taking full advantage of that to get on the back of this Bentley. But Toivonen, very good driver. I think we're going to struggle to pass him, to be honest. Looking at the top speed, we're quite equal even with a slipstream. So we're going to come into this left hand. We're not really going to make any headway here. The Aston Martin tends to lose a bit of grip around here. You can see that we're just starting to get a slide on there. So we've lost a bit of time. Through for another lap. Running in 11th now. So I'm still just outside the top 10. Not doing too bad. Still not been taken out, which is quite, I'm quite impressed with that. We skip through these. Kicking up the grass a bit. Especially Toivonen. He's done. You know what? He gained a lot of time through there. And we're back onto the hanger straight again. So we've got Zabia now in the Aston Martin. He's now come back at us. You can see in the bottom right hand corner through the sort of the TV monitor there that he is all over us. So he's popped back into play. I think he's going to pass us though. We've been pushed slightly out wide. Is that him going to come through now in this fast right hander? Yeah, I'll give him space. Zabia is through. Henderson in another Aston Martin is behind us. But we'll see how we get on with Zabia, because I just don't know if he's consistent or whether or not he's doing some fuel saving. He's pulling away, so maybe we have lost him. But then, oh yeah, no, moving on now. Oh, we've got someone going wide. Who's that? Is that Zottoni? Zottoni's going wide. Oh, he's clouted the side of Zabbia, and that is Zottoni effectively out of the running now. He's gone. He's dropped down to 14th, but yeah, no. Just rejoining the track. Just got to really seriously think about where you're rejoining it. So 16 minutes to go. Back markers. Yay. This is going to be interesting. Zabbia going around the outside of a couple. Got Pete here, and we've also got another guy who's running very wide in his Aston Martin. Things get a bit hairy, I'm not going to lie. That was trying to negotiate those two cars when they're clearly fighting each other. And I'm also trying to get onto the back of Zabbia. But we're past Mars and we're past Pete, so that actually really didn't delay us too much. And maybe that did delay Zabbia a bit. 8 o'clock in the evening, so we're also now starting to see the sunset. That's going to also start getting into our faces and affect the eyesight a bit. 10 minutes to go, line in 12th. Henderson, he's on quicker laps than me, so he is going to be all over me. Got a spinner, so we're clear past those two. That was some back markers, so that didn't affect, unfortunately, my position. So still running just on the outside of the top 10. Henderson now down to half a second. Onto the hangar straight. We've also got Zabbia running wide onto the hangar straight. Let's have a look. What is he? Yeah, he's just a bit too far for me, I think. I don't really think I'm going to catch him before the end of the race. My main concern now is Henderson in the Aston Martin. Almost equal machinery now, so I thought maybe my tyres being a bit fresher, things might be a bit easier for me, but the track temperature was dropping away, and you can see the PSI really needed to probably be a bit higher to get some proper temperature into those rear tyres. But I think we're pretty much set for 12th or 13th at this rate, because we've just got back markers behind us. Zabbia running a bit slower, so maybe, I don't know, still not 100% sure we'll catch him before the end of the race. You can see a really nice orange sunset as that slowly leaves the sky. Okay, 3 minutes to go. Henderson, he really went for it there. There's a small amount of contact. Looks like I might be able to try and get him back into this very tight left-hander. We're going to try and brake. Oh no, he's going to have the inside line to the next corner. Is he going to run wide? No, he's kept it on there. He's got the undercut. That's going to work for him. I don't think we're going to get him back. He does run wide, but it has taken a number of laps for him to make that pass. We're very incredibly close to each other, you know, with how we're driving these machines, and he's going to have to make a mistake, I think, for me to pass him. You can see that braking wise we're able to get right up to the rear of him, but on acceleration I think he's got the acceleration mastered a bit better than I have. But with a bit of slipstream going on, oh, he moves to the left hand side to get out of the slipstream, so now we're not really going to be able to dive down the inside because he's going to cut the door, but he's left it slightly open. And now is he going to push us wide?
Clear right.
No, he's hugged the inside curb, so we're not going to pass him there. I think that was Zabbia running wide again out of that final corner.
2 minutes to go, 2 minutes.
time's ticking. Fourth was, well, yeah. You can see we've got Charlotte, who's behind us, the cheat. He's also, yeah, maybe going to make his way into this. Hopefully he doesn't interfere. Oh, he's a bit quicker through there, Henderson. But he runs a tiny bit wide into there, so we're going to hug the inside curb. We've certainly got the momentum. This could be interesting. Yep. Okay, we're alongside him. Who's got the grunt? That's going to be difficult to tell that. But he's going to have the inside line. I don't think we're going to be able to deal with this. Oh no, where is he? He's not there.
Still there.
And now we're going to have the inside line to this. So this actually might work for me. A minute to go.
Hold your line.
Oh no, he's still there.
Still there.
Oh no. No. Okay, right. There was me getting relatively excited that he was going to... No. The thing is with this circuit, if we look at replay, I actually get along... That is too close, that was. I've given him the room, but luckily I've got the runoff to be able to just carry more speed in, but probably maybe should have braked a bit later, but he did. He just held it. He just held it around the outside, and then lucky for him, there was the corner that was only going to favour him. And yeah, no, that's it. So the final lap now. We're still all over him. We're going to go down the inside again. Oh, where is he? He's holding it again on the inside. So that corner's just not worked for me at all. And we've just got a bit of a tank slapper going on. And that's coming to the end of this race. So we're going to finish 13th, call it 12th if you take out the cheater. And yeah, I'm actually quite happy. That was some real tough work, that. Silverstone, 90 minutes. But yeah, some really good racing. So thanks for watching. And thumbs up if you like. And I'll catch you all again soon. See you later.